Hello everyone, welcome back to another Super Metroid Link to the Past crossover video. I'm here again with Mark and Eric, and Mark has the controller this time, and okay, thank you Eric. We'll be starting right here with our previously saved file. Wait, Eric, that's weird. Okay, yeah, so you can
I
already
see some things that are green.
Okay, well, hey, we're talking about the game here, so let's play the game. We checked several items here in Super Metroid previously. We didn't get a lot. I mean, we just got some basic stuff. Did we check this before? I feel like we checked this before, but I don't remember. Oh, Mark was showing off the arm pumping technique. If you alternate between, yeah, we already got it. If you alternate between left and right, each time you do that, it will move Samus forward 1 pixel. And so the really good speedrunners do that throughout their entire run, and it gives them like a small percentage increased movement speed. It makes it faster. I have so many movement speed inefficiencies that really doesn't make any difference for me when I play. So, but here's Mark showing off the speed running how-to.
Yep.
I don't think we have speed booster yet, do we?
We don't.
So there's a lot of stuff over here that we really won't be able to check properly yet.
Are you trying to damage boost, Mark? Oh.
You know, it's just a regular beam. I find it usually easier to just knock these guys out with a missile.
Nice.
Health pickup.
I think this one.
Going down the elevator. This is Green Brinstar. So there's a thing that you can do a mock ball to get, but I can't do a mock ball.
What is a mock ball?
That's where you, as you're running horizontally, if you morph ball the very instant that you hit the ground, it won't do the bounce animation, and you'll keep your horizontal momentum, which is fast enough that you can get under those speed gates that fall down.
Speed gates?
Yeah, in that room, as you start going, there are little bars that come down.
Oh, pink Brinstar.
Yeah, there's a light of pink Brinstar, that's right.
Be careful. You are no longer in Green Brinstar. Be careful, or you shall die.
Okay, calm down, Eric.
What? It was true.
Okay, thank you.
You are
There's a
welcome.
thing in that yellow door room, but it requires wave beam or a glitch that I'm unable to do. There's a thing down below, but it requires speed booster. Yeah, there's a glitch called the reverse gate glitch. There are some gates that I think we've actually been there already too. There is an item there, but we already got it. We already got that item. Yeah, this is a blue gate. There are some that are green that can only be opened by super missiles. The blue ones can be opened by beams, but you're only supposed to do it from one side unless you have a wave beam that allows your beam to go through walls, and then you can hit it from either side. There's a glitch, though, that when done properly with super missiles will allow you to open up from the wrong side. This is the area called Red Tower. There are a couple of items up towards Wrecked Ship. If you wanted to do that, you could try venturing further into Norfair. Oh, I guess this is really hard to go up because we don't have Ice Beam. So what you have to do, they call it the hero shot, where you shoot a shot up and then you have to wall jump perfectly to get in that middle door there.
Might as well not do that, because...
Yeah, I think it's easier to...
do it with Ice Beam. But
Either...
there's one problem. We don't know where Ice Beam is.
That's true. It could be in here. It's possible it's in Zelda. Could be either place.
Should I?
Like how I got to Varia, gravity suit, and ton of stuff.
It's not bad. I mean, if nothing else, even if you decide you don't have a ton of health, so I'd be hesitant to try and go into Lower Norfair or some of the other areas there, as opposed to that's just a missile refill.
But
it might have energy.
I thought it was an apron.
No. Energy refill.
Well, that's still good.
Yeah. But is that worth your super missile?
Yeah, probably.
I think we're probably more... We've already checked Spazer. I think we're probably most likely to be able to get some more stuff. I suppose you could power bomb here and check some things in Meridia. You can't get all the way through it yet without speed booster.
I also could find a speed booster just by going into Zelda.
We don't have charge beams, so Kraid is hard, but you can give it a try.
You could also try to do a Kraid quick kill.
Yeah, there's something that ridiculously good people at Super Metroid can do, called the Kraid quick kill. So as soon as he comes out, if you can shoot 4 super missiles into his mouth, he dies instantly. Yeah,
that takes enough damage that normally there's 2 these guys you can get with a missile, with 1 missile. I find that easiest. Yeah, there you go. There's a power bomb thing over here that you can get. And this might be a good item. I don't know. It's a heart piece. So you can bomb jump up or... Alright, Mark, show us your bomb jumping skills. The idea is you want to time it so that you land on the explosion where it's going to go. And then you can just drop through the bottom and go to the left.
Nice.
There's a save station there if you want. Either way. This is where Kraid is. But yeah, Kraid has these guys 1 missile apiece. Kraid has 2 stages. The first stage, he's kind of down on the ground. And here's Mini Kraid.
Who is extremely easy to defeat.
Yeah, that's not bad. He starts on the ground, and that big crate starts on the ground, and then that's a missile recharge place.
Yeah, I don't think I need missile.
Yes. And if you need a couple,
Especially
you can get
if-
it right here.
Yeah, especially when that's right there.
And then the next phase, after he takes a certain amount of damage, the ground shakes and he goes up higher and he throws a bunch of junk at you. And it takes a little more time and it's sort of tedious.
Let's hope he can do the crate quick kill.
And if you don't get it, then yeah, he goes up and it takes more time, like I say. So the goal is you're supposed to hit him at a point that kind of stun locks his mouth open, because he only takes damage in his mouth. Yep, a little too high. Well, you took a few. You probably want to use your regular missiles to get his mouth open. And then
Or just
try and
wait
get it, and
for him
then
to
try and
open
get a
his
super.
mouth. Ouch. That crate is mean.
Yep, this is his second form.
And crate is so mean.
So it's a lot of junk that flies around. Nice hit. Nice hit.
Now you
Super in
only
his
need to
mouth.
hit him with a super missile one more time.
Oh, his claw blocked it. There he goes. Nice. Well
That
done.
was quicker than
was
it
well
could
done.
have been. It was quicker than it could have been, but it was slower than it could have been too.
I thought that was good.
Dad here did not
It was
want
also
to.
See what the item is.
Oh, the power
glove.
glove.
I think
Oh,
you'll
that'll
have to
be
have
really
that
good.
to beat
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah, this is some little artifacts of the thing that had that ground that was messed up. It's just a little artifact in the hack.
I'm still surprised you could defeat crate so quick.
Although I was using super, so.
Remember regular missiles for these guys. Nice, well done.
Without taking any damage.
That unlocks another item, which will be accessible after we get past these enemies here, are called key hunters. Nice. Well done.
Yeah.
I think that was a smart move. Now we can get through this door, which had previously been blocked off. And it has a bunch of these little guys. Yeah, a whole bunch of bombs. Get them.
Or up missile.
Up missile. And it's an
Energy
E10.
tank.
That's actually normally there.
Yep, that's a vanilla item. It's in the normal Super Metroid game.
Did you say that's a vanilla item?
That's what they call it when it's in the normal game.
And I'm guessing normally where it is.
Yep. Supers, yep, you got it.
Let's head down to Norfair.
I didn't realize that we didn't have Power Glove in the seed yet. That's good. Now we can get back and forth. Of course, we already did the old man, right?
No,
I
because.
thought we did that backwards.
Oh, yeah, we did. And then that's where we last stopped.
Gotcha.
Did I do the old man?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I
you
did.
did the old man.
So this is more stuff in Norfair. If that's where you want to go.
Oh, and in my file, I already have the Titan bit.
That requires Speed Booster over
What?
here,
Oh,
or
yeah.
a Mock Ball, which is not required for
This is linked to the. This is a map room. So it sends you over to electric.
This is Death Mountain. That's right.
Ooh, nice. Sky.
Oh, sweet. This thing does not use magic.
Sky cabbages are falling.
Yeah, that's what the
Yeah,
sign says.
don't,
The sign down there,
noise.
I think it's hacked.
Yeah, they hacked all of the messages. This is the Japanese version of the game.
And it says,
Oh, and some of the fairies say, "Let us have a cup of tea." It doesn't make any sense.
nope, I can't collect that with boomerang. I guess you can collect normal items that spawn from enemies dying.
We don't have the mirror yet, do we?
I don't.
No.
We don't, but we do have.
The
But we do
moon
have the
portal.
moon portal, so this might be something.
Well, it won't turn us into a rabbit, but we don't have the other items that we would need to do Spike Cave.
Spike cave.
In the dark world, in these mountain caves, there's a cave that requires that you have the hammer, and then the floor is made out of spikes, and you have to go a long way over. This will give you a fairy, so that's worth grabbing.
We have
You don't have a net that can just
or a
walk.
bottle.
Yeah, so neither of those.
You have to have a net and a bottle to catch a fairy. Not what I meant to hit. No.
Yeah. Have to get them with your sword.
Double damage with the spin attack. I think I'm just gonna head out here.
Yeah, good call.
So that you don't die.
Okay.
To get over on the other side, you need hook shot.
I also kind of wish I had hook shot now, because that would be a big help.
Yeah.
I think I'm also invincible when I'm throwing a rock.
I don't think so. Maybe.
Because I had a ton of those boulders hit me. And I was throwing a rock. Well, I'm gonna head over.
To Super Metroid again?
Super Metroid, because... kind of an...
It's a missile recharge room.
5
I'm already
missiles
at full missiles,
from
so it
missile
won't
recharge room. That doesn't make any. Ooh, save.
You don't have you don't have speed booster or wave beam. So it'll be tough to do the stuff that you need to get over to Crocomire.
Oh, right, that guy.
Plus, I'd like to do the Shine Spark thing to get over. That's a super missile, so you,
And it's
Yeah.
on the other
so
side.
it would require hacking.
That'd be a reverse gate glitch, which some people are really good at, but I'm not one of them.
I didn't
I
even
haven't
know
really
that was a glitch.
practiced the glitches.
I don't even. I don't
I know
even know what
that's
type
the
of
way over to, like,
what
Bubble
types
Mountain.
of glitches there are.
So this is where we checked the speed booster items and the wave beam item and the stuff that was in the Bubble Mountain cave and the missile in this cathedral section that was at the bottom.
Cathedral section.
You just roll across the bottom, that's usually easiest.
Especially if you have the gravity suit.
That's right.
I'm still surprised at our first video how I got all of that Metroid stuff.
If you had the wave beam, there's a gate down there that you could do a reverse gate hit. And that's not a glitch. This is the way down to Lower Norfair.
Both ways are.
And it's possible. I mean, you could try Lower Norfair. There's some stuff there.
Oh, maybe
It's
speed
Not that I want to
boosters.
get with this much health.
Yeah, it takes deals a lot of damage if you get hit. And we've already got these other items. That's a save room. Oh, we haven't got the stuff up there. No, we haven't.
The master of wall jumping. Mark, but he's not doing it very well this time.
That's hard to do.
Oh,
Especially when you've got all those claim-like guys.
Yeah, those guys make it tough.
I'm forgetting to run.
Nope. Failed. Ooh, I see what you're trying to do.
I think it's more consistent from the other side. But if you can do it, nice. There you go. Oh, you can't. You don't have enough distance to get back. But But if you killed the enemies up there, you could like do a bomb jump up there.
A
Probably
bomb jump.
be a long bomb jump, but
Yes. An extremely long bomb jump. It would be the longest bomb
It's-
jump anybody would ever know.
I think it's theoretically possible to make that with wall jumping. I'm not good enough to do it.
Apparently Mark isn't good enough to do it either.
Oh,
Don't worry, you're not alone, Dad. I'm definitely not good enough to do it. I can wall jump a straight
Oh,
wall.
you got it! You got it!
I
Well done.
Well, you're not alone on not being able to wall jump that. I probably couldn't wall
or
jump
a
straight.
dire shield.
It's a shield.
Nice. Get the shield.
Is that level 1?
Probably. I don't think we have one. And then you know about the spot up here.
No. But I just guessed
Roll
there was
into a
something.
ball. Yeah, good call.
There's almost
Nice.
always something when there's...
Okay, there are 2 items in this room.
You can go into that lava.
Which makes it really convenient.
Oh,
That's
I
one of
wonder
the
what that
items. Supers.
super missiles.
The other is this little thing that the little spinny guy is on.
Plasma
beam.
beam!
Oh, nice. You can just shoot these guys
Oh.
now. You can kill them with plasma.
Oh,
Plasma beam!
and maybe you could go to Lower Norfair now with plasma beam.
Still a
We still don't
long
have
shot.
charge. And
But you're
charge beam, so
Oh, if
you
we
don't
got
have to
charge beam,
use-
it would be
yeah,
even
you can
stronger.
just jump up and go over it and then go into a ball and
That was
you have
so
plasma.
convenient.
Go out on the thing and shoot him. Yeah, there you go. That was a good,
Oh,
nice,
yeah.
well done.
Now you can kill almost everything in one hit. I did say almost everything, not everything. Or else plasma beam would be the beam mother brain uses, and not hyper beam. only thing I don't like about plasma beam
It's
is
a
that
save
stupid
room.
noise. It sounds like a car breaking down. Literally.
I like it. I guess I don't really care about it.
It sounds like an explosion, actually.
Have we not done this? I thought we did this.
We have.
Goodbye.
There's no other item. Eric, stop. Eric, we're on a video.
I know.
Behave.
What's this?
You're supposed to come up this way. This is the intended path to get to the area where you get wave beam. And yeah, you're supposed to go left. I'm pretty confident I got the speed booster stuff.
Looks like I'm gonna have to cross over.
Yeah, I think we've got to go to Link to the Past, unless you want to experiment with Lower Norfair.
I'd go to
That's a
Lower
stupid save room.
Norfair. I would want to go to Lower Norfair.
Plasma beam goes through enemies and deals a ton of damage.
Oh, yeah.
There's actually kind of a cool thing that people do to take advantage of that. And that's if you have X-ray scope and plasma beam and charge beam, what people do on some bosses is they charge up their plasma shot and then let it go, and as soon as it starts touching an enemy, they turn X-ray scope on and off over and over and over again. Because while X-ray is on, it sort of pauses most things in the game, and as soon as it goes off, it restarts. And as long as the plasma beam is making contact with the enemy, it deals damage. And so they do that to like totally melt some of the bosses.
So like with if they did that with Ridley,
I guess I've never seen anybody do it with Ridley, but I have seen people do it with Dragoon, the third
Have you
boss.
seen anybody do it with Mother Brain?
No, I've never seen that.
If they were able to do that, that would be crazy.
This game, it's not that big a deal if you happen to die, because save and quit.
But in Super Metroid, it's a big deal.
It's a bigger deal. You have to go from your last save point.
You can't just,
I don't know
to
that
Mountain
Cave is necessarily where you want to go yet, until you have the mirror. Maybe. I mean, you can explore. It's up to you.
That's not. That isn't here.
Yeah, I want Hookshot before I go over there.
Good idea.
Because Hookshot will really help. I don't.
Suppose you could toss enemies off the edge of the mountain. You just pick them up, toss. Huh? Ah!
That's
Watch out for the pit.
It's a pit.
Up, left.
Da 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 da.
Stop, Eric.
I know where that takes me. Nowhere useful. What?
Oh, that's right. That's a one-way thing.
Just a
I think you should save and quit.
And go somewhere else.
Yeah, and then you can start at the sanctuary and
not really.
or your house. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
We could try. We have the lamp, so we could try and dip into any of the dungeons. I don't think we've gone very far in Eastern Palace. That's, yeah. I mean, it's a pendant dungeon. And it's not the green pendant dungeon, but there are some items to
Whatever.
check there. That is probably worth a look. Heading. Oh no, up over the bridge. And then right.
Okay. What is lower left corner?
Desert. That's another thing. You've got the book, I think, right? Yeah, you could do that too.
Why do I keep doing that? Take that.
Getting pwned by the Octorok.
That's a dumb Octorok.
Up. Yeah.
And here's where the pathway to.
There are a couple of items to check over in desert without actually hitting things. Don't walk on the mines, obviously. I like to charge a spin attack and then move up and let it go.
Oh.
There's a cave over to your right. Down and to your right.
What the heck are those little men?
Sand guys. I don't remember what they're called. So get out your bombs.
Maybe they're from
to go in.
Deltoric
What are you doing?
Trying to start.
Bomb the bottom. I think you can just bomb open walls. All right, let's see what we've got. Missiles.
Talk to that guy again.
He says the same thing.
The message is still funny. I lived in this cave for years, and you think you can just come and bomb the walls? It's
Probably
open.
because people have played the original game and know that there's like stuff there.
No, you don't want to go that way. You have to go around. Well, I'll let you explore. You're looking to get to that tablet there. Use the book on it. Gotta press a button.
Why was I so creepy when I did that?
You're supposed to offer some sort of prayer, I guess is what it's supposed to do. All right, this is desert. This is normally level 2.
But we haven't even done level 1.
No, but it's okay. We do have a lamp, which is a required item here.
Can bombs hurt BMOS here?
No, BMOS are invincible.
That's kind of dumb.
Yeah, unlike in Hyrule
Okay,
Warriors.
there's
If
you
you,
might want to kill these.
if
Yeah,
if
there you
anybody
go.
watching that has
Under
ever played it.
Under the pot in between those guys, there's a button. And step on it. Yeah, you're getting treasure.
Step on.
The boots.
Don't help with that guy because they've hacked what he's saying too.
Oh, that's true. That doesn't matter. What are you doing?
Wait, there's
Trying to
another
hit
pot.
start.
Oh. Yeah.
There's another pot. You
The
can-
same button that you lift, if you hold it down, that makes you run.
Oh, so that's like an autumn.
Yep, if you go to the left
Avoid the fire too.
and go up in this room, if you run into that pedestal or the wall, you'll knock that key down. I guess wrong wall.
Wrong wall.
Okay, has to be the pedestal, I guess. You got it. Okay, make your way out. Go down. That's, you need a big key for the other one. And down.
BMOS are down.
Okay, be careful here, but if you keep going down to the left, yeah, down here, there'll be an item on the edge. It's a bomb capacity upgrade. Okay,
You can now hold more bombs.
okay, and then
Da
you go,
da da da.
yeah, you go up here and in there. You have to kind of work your way around and push the middle one on the right
What direction?
down. The middle one. Lift up that chest, run right through the key door. You don't need to do anything else in here.
Except for dodge those stupid flying floor. Is it?
You've unlocked the door, so next time you can just run up before they activate. You don't have to get the key, you've already used it. And the longer you wait here, the more likely that is to happen.
So maybe you should have just used the boots to rush past it.
You have to kill all the little octopus dudes here.
You don't have to
Watch
kill
out
the
for the beam.
Beamos.
No, you can't kill the beamers.
That's why I said you don't have to.
You're right.
Stupid Beamos.
Haha.
This room is a little tricky. There are lots of Beamoses. That there's the second bottle. There's a bottle that you have to open. There's the key. Up all the way to the top. Nice, well done. One of these pots has a key here. I think it's the top right.
Oh, now I have 2 keys.
For some weird
This is
reason.
a ridiculous dungeon.
It's a little bit challenging.
It's not level 2 for nothing. Ouch.
Yeah, but that still has like.
I'm trying to think of what we're looking for is. See, I think there's one more treasure chest up there. Well done.
Good. That was good.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Top right.
Just run straight up. You don't have to wait for the pots. You waited too long. And I don't know where you're going. You have a. It's just a locked door. You can go straight up. Run straight up. Bam. Okay, now be careful here. This guy requires
The
a
bow.
bow to kill, and you don't have a bow. So you can lure him out of the way. And then you have to use the lantern to light those 4 things. And that'll use a little bit of magic. But you have to light them all at the same time. So it might be easier to lure the Igor out of the way first, but it's up to you. Oh, there's no other treasure chest here. Okay. Let's get out of here. We don't have the big key, so you can't go up. We don't have the mirror, so run straight down. There's a heart on the right one. Nice, well done. All right, we're going to have you check the other side of this dungeon. So go back into the main entrance. Yep, up here. And just the right side. All the way over to the right, up.
The boots could be a major progression item.
Yes, they could be. Not necessarily required, but they could be. Over the right, all the way.
Up or down?
Down. Right in this locked door. Big key.
The
Kill
boss.
these guys. Kill these guys. There's
Why
still
not?
another chest up on the right side we can get. Up you go. Careful, there are cannonballs being shot. You made it. Wave beam!
is required.
Of
in
course
Super
it is.
Metroid.
Alright.
All beams are required, I think.
Go over to the left. I don't think the big chest or the boss is going to have anything. It's going to have the map and the compass, but you can check it if you go up to the right, up and to the right, or up and to the left, rather. And now the door on the left.
Just keep going.
There's a pot on the right, that one, just to the right of you. That pot just below you. Step on that switch and then go. There's the big chest. It's probably a compass or a map.
It's a map.
It's the burrito. It looks like a burrito. Alright, I wouldn't want to fight the boss at this phase, but we've got a good item.
And a good death.
And a good death. There you go. I'd probably just walk out of the dungeon, save and quit, and this is probably, you've been playing for a while, we need to let Eric have a shot.
Really?
Or it's my turn to have a shot, isn't it?
I'm like, I thought it was your turn,
Yeah,
Dad.
it's my turn to have a shot. Alright, let's go check Eastern. Okay, let's see.
Why aren't you heading to the boss?
We will eventually, but there are other things that will make that fight easier.
Like
he's
Like
not-
a golden sword.
He's not going to give us anything that's super powerful.
do we
The
need-
only other item that's left
Do
in
we
that
need
dungeon,
Charge Beam to kill him?
The only other item that's left in that dungeon is the compass.
the compass, yeah. So it's not like
Do we
we're
need the
kids.
compass?
No, we already know where everything is.
Especially because we got like everything there.
Except for the compass. We don't need the compass. It tells us where things are.
I don't know if we've been to Sarala Hasharala. I don't know how to say his name.
Saraslaha. Saharaslaha.
Sarasfala.
That one doesn't open with.
I
Some of
read-
them open with that.
I'm assuming he has the same name as in the Link to the Past.
Sahasrala. That's
Saraslaha.
Heart piece 300. Bomb capacity upgrade.
I thought it
We
would
can
be
come
missile
back.
capacity.
We can come back and talk to him after we have the green pendant, and he will give us another item.
Sarasfala.
Oh my gosh. There we go. It's taking me a while to kind of get into the hang of this. Okay, this is Eastern Palace. Should have switched to open this.
Is this where we get the green pendant?
In the normal game, this would be where you get the green pendant. That's right.
I was literally just
Although
guessing.
this game, I think it gives you the red pendant.
It's randomized. But yeah, in our particular seed, it's the compass.
Is done. This music reminds me of Chrono Trigger.
Oh yeah.
Hold up.
I've been thinking of Trigger for a long time. I'm still stuck in the future. In Chrono Trigger. It's so annoying. And if I go to the present, I can't go anywhere.
I'm glad that I got prayed. Because no one else was going to. What if we get like charge beam in Ridley's area after you beat Ridley, because that will usually give you an energy tank. But it might be charge beam instead. The big key.
Alrighty.
That's pretty convenient.
Yep. Oh, the big chest. We're getting a lot of big stuff. I found the big chest and the big key.
Silver arrows.
Wait, what? Silver
Oh.
arrows?
This'll when we finally have the bow. This'll be great.
Yeah, especially if we get the golden arrows. Before we get the bow too. If we what?
There aren't.
It's just
Oh.
silver arrows.
But there is a golden sword.
That's true.
Okay. We have the master sword.
Oh, this is the fighter sword. Oh my gosh.
What's
I
the
am not
fighter
doing
sword?
that. It's the sword that I'm currently using. Doing
Oh,
terrible.
What
Sword.
level it's level 1 sword?
Yeah.
Although in most games they call it the wooden sword.
That's true. There are a lot where they do.
Oh. Should we head for the boss soon?
You need the bow to defeat the boss.
Oh.
You have to have the bow to get to the boss because there's one of the red Igors.
That's
Igors.
true. This green guy right here is
As a green Igor.
called an Igor.
What's
I
a
think he
green
should be
Igor?
called a Cyclops.
Ah! Creepy.
Done. Trash.
Which means I don't think I want anything else in this dungeon right now.
Because we don't have
I
the
think
bow
there's
yet.
probably only one other item, unless it's beyond the
Silver's
bow
was
gun.
good.
Oh yeah, that was good.
It's the level ultimate arrows.
Alright, let's think. A couple more items that we can check. Have we done the back of Escape?
Back of Escape?
I don't know if we've done the back of Escape. Let's do the
What's
back.
the back of Escape?
I'll show you.
But I know the back of Escape is my birth.
We
Princess.
have not.
The bow!
Oh, finally!
Now you can head to the Eastern Palace again.
It's true.
Although I think
That's
we should get
actually-
the items in here first.
I did.
All of them?
Yep.
Sweet.
That's
Let's
literally.
go take Eastern Palace.
This is what they call it. This is where we escape with Princess Zelda. Is the idea.
That's why it's called the back of escape.
Yep, that's the back part of escaping from Hyrule Castle. Okay, let's go do Bonk Rocks, which is right here. This is a quick check. And I don't think we've actually done have we done the Lost Woods checks?
I don't even
think
think we've gone into Lost
personal
Woods yet.
trials we have, but
We're not very far away from that. Let's do that.
we could go into that fortune teller's house, although I'm not sure why we would unless we want to cross over.
Yeah, that's a crossover spot.
That's
right.
brilliant. That's one of the few brilliant places to cross over from A Link to the Past.
Yeah, it's like it's your fortune to go to
A Link to the Past.
Super Metroid. You're
Okay,
now in
missile
Super.
pack.
Oh, he's gone. Okay, it worked. That guy's creepy.
Yeah, all sorts of little thieves that hide out around. Okay, if I recall,
What is that sword?
It's just supposed to look like the Master Sword.
oh, this is the side exit. That's not where I want to go. God.
What is that sword?
It's just a random mystery sword in the forest. Oh, this is normally where the mushroom would be.
Have we already
It's
gotten
just-
the mushroom?
Uh,
Oh
no.
yeah.
Or we might have. If we did, we turned it in, probably.
Oh yeah, we did get that.
Run away from the thief.
What will we do?
Steal my stuff.
He only steals like bombs and arrows and rupees, but
It's annoying.
Annoying.
and I think
little
you can steal
thieves.
magic.
That's possible. I don't remember. I don't have hammer. I don't have Titan mitts. You know what? It's going to be faster to get back to Eastern from my house.
Yep. That's what I was going to say for you to do. I'd throw that last pot if I were you.
I need to. It's got a heart in it. I'm full on hearts.
I just like throwing pots.
Oh my gosh, that's stupid. Boy. Gosh, trying to
Now
run
you know
and
my
I
pain.
totally failed.
Now you know my pain, guys.
We'll make more use of this boomerang.
You should also make more use of the boots.
Well, that's probably true. If I was good at this game, I would do that more.
Do you want more?
Make more use of the boots.
I remember that from.
Expert
I remember
speedrunners
this from
are
a Link
ridiculously
Between
good at
Worlds.
using the boots. So do all arrows become silver arrows once you have silver arrows?
You can technically switch. Yeah, your inventory is. You just have one inventory of arrows. I actually don't know what triggers these skeletons to appear. They always know where to go and how to make them immediately appear. I do not.
Throw pots at the bones so that they never come. Oh yay! Oh. Nice to meet you, dum-dums.
Oh, wrong button. It's the one that- There it is.
Hello, dum-dums. You're a dummy. You're also a dummy. You're a
Just a
dummy.
red Igor.
I think that was like a big magic thing.
Yeah, that was a full.
I'm not sure why anyone would ever switch back to normal arrows, if it's possible. Is it
It is
possible?
possible. And I don't know why anyone would either. Ouch.
Maybe it's like a challenge or something.
I don't know. Alright, here we go. The Armo spots.
Those guys are dumb. Hello, dum-dum.
Oh, yeah, I got a map.
The red pendant. Oh, there's the green pendant. Ooh, do you have to get some? Do you have to get like a pendant or a gem thing?
You don't have to get the pendants unless the pedestal is required. It might be.
I'm asking, like, do you have to? Is it required in the game? Does the
Okay.
game require that jewels and things like that, jewels and pendants are only in dungeons?
Yeah. It randomizes which ones are which. The number of the crystal and which pendant randomizes all of it.
But the locations are still
But
generally the same.
they will be in a dungeon. Like I can't go and in a treasure chest in Blind's hut find one of the crystals. It won't do that.
Have we? Oh yeah, we have gone to one side.
Okay, I already did that. I don't have a bottle to do sick kid. What was I
Sick
gonna do?
kid?
Oh, library.
Who's sick, kid?
There's a kid who's sick. They call
Where?
him Sick Kid.
Where is a sick kid?
He's in one of the houses there. Okay, we've got the.
Boots, so
So
we
we
can
get
deal
these-
with
I
the
think these were super
library.
missiles.
Yeah, super missiles.
I remembered them being super missiles.
Oh gosh.
Curse you, computer.
Yeah, boy, if that glitched. I've had a couple of times where my computer kind of glitched and
Wrecked your gameplay.
yeah, it froze it. That was a problem. Okay, I'm going to see about finishing desert, and then we'll call it. Desert is at least required.
What items do you have to do desert?
Cool.
What items are
You
required?
have to have a fire source to light those torches that you had lit.
So like fire rod
And-
lamp.
And you usually have to have the book to get in, but it's also possible if
It's a
you have.
glitch.
Well, it's not even necessarily a glitch. If you have. Oh, gosh. If you have the flute to get to Misery Mire, which is essentially this area in the Dark World,
Yes.
and the mirror, you can climb up the Misery Mire
You have
stairs.
to do that again?
Yep. And you can climb up the Misery Mire stairs and mirror, and it will put you right on this staircase. And then you can go up and do desert. So that would be another way that you could do it without the book.
So if you have like the mirror, the moon pearl, and the flute, or just the book, you could manage to get in.
Are you trying to get to the boss?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. That'll be a good quitting place for today.
Why can't we just get the third pendant?
You don't really have full Dark World access.
If we had mirror, we could do that like any time. Mirror will switch you. But moon, but it also requires the moon pearl to really.
Ouch.
You have to have the moon pearl and the mirror to have full access between between the light world and dark world.
Kill this door here.
The stupid gore.
Shit. Some
If
helpful
you have
refills.
just the mirror, you can go over to the dark world from the light world, but then you can't go back.
You're really not supposed to have silver arrows.
Because that makes it so that just heading down will.
Yep. They're amazing. So that made that fight a lot nicer. All right. Well, that was a good thing to do. Thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you next time.
Goodbye, everybody who's watching this.